Hello everyone, here we are, very much nearing the end of the year. Today's the 30th of December 2022 and boy has it been an interesting year for us. Gonna get into that in a bit when I compose myself and know actually what I want to say. I want to talk about how grateful and thankful we are for all the support that we've had throughout the year with the sanctuary, but I will get into that in more detail with John a bit later. Out here, I think it's 31 degrees today. I keep thinking I should look that up Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is. This is Celsius. And it's not the hottest day we've had for a while, but geez, this sun, it burns. Don't mind me, I'm just showing these beautiful trees that we planted because we wanted to get trees that were going to grow fast and tall that throw shade over that house there where the ducks and the geese sleep. Metal house, you know. Other areas have a bit more shade or protection. This one's right in the sun, so you know we don't want them to be terribly uncomfortable at night time. But yeah, I'm just doing the rounds, topping up everybody's water. Whoops, that reminds me, I've got to turn the tap on. How cool is this? We leave the tap running. Oh, so it's on. Because it pulls water down here. And this is where the grass is all green. But look, the butterflies, they come down for a drink. I keep meaning to go out and get like a bird bath and put rocks in it because we do need to do that so that the bees and the butterflies can all have somewhere to drink too. You know, we don't want to forget about them. There's like a whole colony of butterflies here at the moment. I don't know what these white ones are called, but I think they're pretty cool. But yeah, so topping up everyone's water, doing a welfare check, making sure everybody is okay. It's very hot. And yeah, it's going to be very hot for the next few days. Tomorrow being New Year's, about 33, and I think it gets up to 36 and then 39 again during the week, which is just disgusting, unbearable, can't live kind of weather. Hi boys. But yeah, so anyway, I will be back. Hello, Miss Tilly. The goats are getting very much used to their paddock. We're trying to add some enrichment in here for them. So yeah, we've got some crates, what am I saying, pallets at the moment. Went and redeemed the cable drums that were in the flooded paddock that John had used to build the pier to get the goats out, ironically. Actually, it's been a really eventful week. We've been quiet on here because we've been so busy. I've had time off work, and so it was first time in a year. And yeah, so we've been doing lots of stuff and spending a lot of time with family. And yeah, we've been able to get that stuff done. And over here, hi guys, say hello to the goaties. Everyone would have seen the wonderful wallows that John did. Hello Chew, hello Peach. Oh, where's my darling girl? Taylor, we dragged, I say this lovingly, with a collar and a lead, against her will. We brought Taylor down because she's got a bit of a limp in her back foot. Suspect there's a bit of infection, so we're just going to have a look at that, clean up her foot. We've got some stuff to give her because Peach actually had the same thing and it worked really well. Hi Billy. So anyway, it's been adorable ever since seeing Peach and bringing Taylor back down into this paddock with the other goats. This is the first time the goats have had their own paddock. You're gonna do a wee too? That's nice. Hi Taylor. Jeez, my camera's going dark because it's so hot. Yep. Chew, come on, let her wee in peace. Anyway, moving on. This is really exciting. So we moved Phil and his two ladies, Minnie and Jimmy. They were originally in the back paddock with the horses and the cows. And, you know, it was pretty tough for them in there because feeding we had to be really creative with. And then we moved them into the back paddock over there because we planted some really cool native trees in here. And we just had to wait to get the tree guards up, which they are up now. So we erected a shade sail in there yesterday, and look, can you see Jimmy's under there? That makes me so happy. We had a shade sail in the back paddock, but they didn't go under it. Actually, I think it's still over there. We should bring it over. Hi, Philip. And this is great because, you know, Phil actually really had a close bond with Taylor the goat, but he can still come and say hi to her through the fence. Hi, Peach. There's my Peachy baby. Oh, why will that not zoom out? Hi, baby girl. Okie dokie. Okay, bye, Phil. Yeah, okay. So, look, yeah, I'm surprised he got the fence is hot. Hi Minnie. Hi Jim. I'm so happy to see Jimmy under that shade sail. Like, so happy. You guys, you're kicking goals. Yeah. So that's happened. There's been a lot of movement of animals. A lot of, putting up an extra shade sail here. We've got another one that we've got to put up. And yeah, a shelter to build in here. You're adorable, Philip. You are. Despite all our differences. Okay. Maybe he slept too soon. Hi, Minnie. Trying to teach these guys, where the new trough is. Obviously, it's different to where they were in the other paddock. And Minnie's opted to drink out of the bucket. I had to put the bucket there because they're not always... Yeah, so some of these troughs, unfortunately, they're a bit busted and they don't self-fill. And they can get low, so you've got to come out here and push that buoy down and manually fill them up. Make sure they're tall enough. It's a very hot day. It's very important that everybody has access to fresh, cold water. Yep. Hey, baby. They do all seem to prefer to drink out of the bucket. Must be because it's lower down. It just makes you wonder because we've got this, but they want that. It's okay. We can do both. It's okay. And anyone out there, I don't know, I really don't know if you can see this because it's so glary. Can't even see the mic. Phone screen, but anyone out there know what these little bugs are that swim in the water? Little black bugs. I'm just assuming they're good and they clean the water. They eat the algae or something. We have twins here. They just couldn't stop canoodling with each other. You were really happy to see your sister, weren't you, Peach? I wasn't sure before when they were in the paddock together, up, in the 5-acre paddock that got flooded. They weren't hanging out together very much. I wasn't sure if they had a falling out, but maybe, as with everything and everyone, distance makes the heart grow fonder. And they had a really beautiful reunion yesterday. It was really lovely. And of course, I think I've worked out why the goats decide to sit on top of the shade sail. I think it's because they just want to have their own space. Especially when there's a bit of headbutting going on. They're like, well, you can't get in because I'm in my hammock. Which is actually not ideal. Molly. Yes, hello, Peach. She's so, forceful with her, not me. You must pat me. You must never stop. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to zoom out, Peach. My phone's all funny because I've been handling water. Hi. Hey, beautiful girl. Hey, Molly. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, and we also it's a really hot day, but we also went out and vaccinated and drenched all of the sheep. And this interesting, I don't know, I hope I'm not boring anyone, but the sheep have all been vaccinated previously, but then we discovered that they have something called a cheesy gland, and a few of them had their glands were infected with pus, right? So we had to get a separate vaccine that actually treats that specifically, and vaccinated everyone except for the older sheep, just Jacob and Lady Violet, because they're older. They don't need it. So yeah, anyway, that was fun chasing sheep out. And actually we didn't actually chase anyone except for Toppy. By the time it was Toppy's turn, he's like, I'm out of here, guys. That does not look like fun. Isn't that beautiful? How cute are these guys? I know I've mentioned it in the previous video, but Angus here, this dude, he has integrated so beautifully in the flock. Before he was with the ducks. Am I in your porch, dude? He's very protective over his home. Thank you, Angus. Anyway, he's actually become the boss. He's the boss goose. And no, I'm not joking about this. Like, if there's a little mound or anything he can stand on to make himself taller than everyone else, he does that. He's the king of the orchard. Aren't you? Very protective. You're a cool dude, Angus. So we've got Angus and Austin, who have become besties. Hello. And then we've got Georgia and Ginny over there. The two ladies and the two gents. And he's such a talker. I love it. yeah, just filling up the pool over here. So everyone's up and about because it's exciting when you get some fresh cold water. Making sure it's all set up in the shade so it stays cool. Look at the other 4 boys over by the fence. I bet they miss their friend Bari because we've moved the sheep now out of the house yard. They're in the manger area and out in the paddock, but I will show you guys that.
Already. Hello.
Hi. Farmer John's just looking because one of us has to hold the phone and I'm copying it now.
Yeah, mine are painted on.
Clearly, yeah. Let's talk about how hot we are just for 1 second, okay? Before we get into it, just like drenched in sweat. It is disgusting and we are so tired all the time, right?
Yeah.
This time of year is really tough. You know, you're out in the sun, there's no break. Everyone needs to have, you know, shelter and fresh water and everybody needs to be fed and you don't get a break from that. So let's just address that point. So this is why I look like this.
I'm going to take over for a little bit.
We'll take it in turns. Okay, there you go.
So, yeah, we're about to go through another mini heat wave. High 30 degrees, nearly 40 in a couple of days. What is that in Fahrenheit?
I don't know, I just said that earlier that I should have checked that. But
Anyway.
Let's move on to our reflections and our, like, you know, being thankful for everything that we've received, support with everybody. That doesn't make sense. I just said, anyway, how much we appreciate everybody's support. It's been so incredible. You know, we only just moved here a little over a year ago and we had absolutely no idea what we were doing. We didn't know how to look after, interact or socialize with any animals.
We could barely look after ourselves.
We didn't know how to build. I don't think that's true.
I'm joking.
Okay. You know, we didn't know how to build fences and John had previously only ever built like a chicken house and a rabbit hutch and
that was ridiculous.
Huge learning curve.
Spent like $500 on something and we ended up burning.
Don't talk about that.
Oh, anyway.
Anyway, yeah, and how much we've learnt and how hard it's been. So, like everything, you know, you always know it's going to be difficult, but everything's harder and takes longer than you think. But like way cooler than we could ever have imagined, right? And the rewarding side of it is being
massive year. Well, we just on Facebook we just got a reminder of 1 year ago Patrick and Nina were running around as little piglets, so it worked out they're about 6 months old.
We didn't know when they first came to us, but now because we have the piglets here, we now know that's how old they were. So yeah, that's cool.
That was in Quarantine 1, which is now part of the lamb area. Big reshuffle, constantly reshuffling enclosures, shelters. Yeah. Anyway,
I just want to go back to just like, no, seriously, like how grateful we are for everybody supporting us, because we seriously, honestly, we couldn't do it, and it would actually just be quite deflating if people didn't like what we did or follow us or encourage us. You know, you'd be stuck out here on a limb going, are we? Yeah, like. Are we cool?
We are.
Cool.
Well, we're still not sure whether we're cool, but we've got support, which is great. People like what we do, and
we have people who regularly donate, and it's just
that's massive.
Yeah, and people who do one-offs, everything, every tiny little bit's been so helpful with every fundraiser that we've done, or people even dropping off things that we need has been great, and the relationships that we've built with people.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take it for a bit?
Yeah.
How's your arm? Okay. Yeah, it's been great getting to know people in the community. Even people when we're picking up animals, like getting to meet new people.
It's crazy. Like you have no idea what you're going to expect, and some people, well, most people really, fantastic. They love the animals and they just want a good home, and for whatever circumstance, you know, whether it's deceased estate or
sorry, I just pressed pause, but we have a guest. Can you see the Ash Dash Kitty? She is everywhere that everyone is.
She came along this year. That was cool. Ashy.
Yes, that was cool.
All right, what were you saying?
Well, I guess we're just trying to do like a really big reflection on the year. You know, I did some footage earlier about just things that we've done and how amazing. It's just amazing to think that we had this, 25 acres and with no like secure fencing, and we've just worked at it one paddock at a time. We now have all of our paddocks set up. We have animals in every paddock bar one, which we're going to save as like a rotational paddock anyway. But it's just amazing that it's nothing like we thought. It's everything like we thought and nothing like we thought it would be. Country life
Yeah.
is amazing. I would never
Harder?
take it back.
Harder
Definitely
than you
harder.
thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've had to really, like, seriously build muscles.
Drop the princess.
I've never been a princess. Thank you very much. Ever. Never. Oh my gosh.
All right, I take it back.
Okay, but I've definitely had to toughen up.
Yeah. No, I've had to toughen up.
Yeah, thank
I've
you.
had breaks. I've had glue on my head.
He's fractured his rib. He's cracked his head open, and
What else? Drill bit through the finger and yeah. Anyway,
yeah, and I just keep re-injuring my knee, but I've been good
yes.
for quite a while now. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the wet season. You're in trouble.
yeah, I think so. Anyway,
have to
we
brace it.
digress.
Yeah, massive year. So we've rescued, I think it is over 100 animals in the year, and
A lot of pigs.
We oh yeah,
A lot of
well,
pigs.
9 came from the
Pre.
one
Yeah,
or 2,
yeah,
and it's really cool that we get to still monitor the progress of those 2, Bootsy and Capella.
yeah. That we adopted out.
Yeah, we get
which
to
was
see
just-
how
yeah.
they're going out.
Yeah. Do you want to take over for a sec?
Yeah, sure. Oh, sorry. Massive year.
Yep, massive year, and we are so grateful, though, right? That's I think.
Yeah,
just-
I think I'm missing that point.
Yeah.
We are seriously grateful for everything, all the support,
And just-
even sharing posts.
But even just the opportunity to live here, to live this
Oh.
life, right? So I never in a million, I mean this, I never in a million years, this has always been a dream of mine, but I really never thought it could ever happen. I never thought I'd live in the country. I never thought I could actually spend my time. My dream is always to be surrounded by animals, and anyone who ever knew me where I worked previously would know. They're like, oh, that Debbie, you know, because I had my little farm in the backyard.
Used to, yeah.
I would run home on my lunch break because I thought maybe I left the gate open and the dog got in, whatever, the
Yeah.
ducks or whatever. But
I did
yeah.
that once riding to work, and yeah, it was a big fine because the dogs got out.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't talk about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. So it's been amazing, and this is one. Like I know we've been here just over a year, but we're just going to call it like this is our first full year as a sanctuary on the farm. And we, I think we're finally just starting to feel a little bit more at ease with where things are at, because things are in place, shelters are being built, paddocks are up, shade sails are up. You know, it's like there's still not that we still have to build more shelters, but for the most part, things are just getting just like that little bit easier. Even though there's more animals, and that part's really time consuming because the feeding and monitoring everybody's health all the time. Like everybody
Even
needs
just
to be.
water, even making sure
Just
everyone's
every
got
day making
waters.
sure every
watering
down to your little
trees.
guinea pigs and everything, watering trees.
Yeah, so we're up at 5:45, I'd say,
About that,
every morning, and we're out here for an hour and a half.
Mostly watering trees.
Yeah. Then we go, do you top
But
up
we're
the pig's water?
literally
I'll go back.
that's our future. The future is the trees. The trees are so important for the animals, for
Yeah.
food and for shelter, shade. I think I've got a fly stuck to my head.
It's fine.
But yeah, it's amazing, and it's heartbreaking. You know, we've had some real heartbreak this year. Our first big loss was Lady Eleanor, the sheep. We didn't get to know her that well, but she really did have a huge impact on us. And then Licorice, who was only here for like 3 days, but it was so devastating. You know, we were so involved, and we cared about him so much in such a short amount of time, and we saw how much he suffered, and it was awful. Awful.
Still very, very raw, that one.
Yeah, and we've had, you know, losses with roosters and
Yep.
goose, and yeah, it's been tough. But this is the thing, the more animals you have, the more risk there is that you'll lose them, and we have some older animals too, so we just have to brace ourselves. But we are really hoping that next year is going to be amazing, and things are going to get just that little bit, again, everything will just be a little bit more in place. And
Do you want to take over?
sure. Sorry.
I'm sure my arms are heavier. That's why it's happening.
Oh, of course. Yeah. But yeah, it's been interesting. So we every single day we are dealing with the fact that we do live in, you know, an area where there is a lot of farming practices that it's hard. It's just very hard to observe. And, you know, we bang on a lot about the need for shelter for animals. It's so important. And this time of year, I mean, it's hard when it's like cold and wet and blustery or whatever, but this time of year in the heat, the extreme heat, and you just see so many animals out there that don't have any shelter. And I mean so many that are just baking in the sun. They've got no reprieve and it's hard. And this is something that we are reminded of, right? That this is the life, this is the land that we live on. This is the
Yeah.
country farming that we live in the
Yeah.
area.
And they're accepted standards. And
But yeah, it's hard because we don't feel that's...
well, no, I think we understand the animals a little bit more. We get to, really get to know them and understand how fragile they can be, and the requirements to keep them healthy. And
Yeah. So we're just our goal, our aim. I do this all the time. I can never just pick one word. Anyway, our goal is to share the stories of these animals. We want people to really bond with and resonate with and connect with the animals here, and we want to share information that people don't necessarily know about how animals are treated.
yeah,
In your big,
in your
whatever.
traditional farming
Yeah.
techniques and methods.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel like we've just gone all over the place.
Yes.
The point
We
is
have.
we're wrapping up. It's the end of the year, the end of
Yes.
2022. It's the day before New Year's. It's the 30th of December. I did say this before. And we are just wanting to reflect and say Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
And that
Massive thank you.
big start for us. John is going back to work on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Going back to work. Have to. Can't afford to feed everyone
Yeah.
otherwise.
I blame the piglets. They've pushed us over the edge.
They eat so much.
I love them, but they're cheeky little buggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, my arm's going to drop off. No, it's okay. Okay, thank you. Okay,
I'll finish it up.
thanks. Anyway,
Yeah. Massive thanks. Keep following us.
yeah, please.
Next year's going to be, I don't know.
It'll be big.
It'll be
Gonna
big.
be big.
I don't think we'll rescue 100 animals next year because we'll be at capacity before we know it. But same thing. There's going to be orphan lambs.
Right,
There's
anyway.
going to be, a lot of animals that are going to need our help. So
Yeah.
we can't do it alone.
No, we can't. No. We need you guys.
Stick with us.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.